intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Mid-month patch is here. Couple of good things here, as well as some odd changes for our high levels, but I do think that it is worth talking about. And I didn't do today's live stream because we needed to hit on these pieces. So join with me real quick as we prepare the slop. There it is. We're going to talk about all the stuff getting added in for this refinement of gameplay for 82.1. So let's read some things and we'll discuss. Discovery fixed an issue where players not able to summon docked ships. This appeared when they updated to Unity 6, which I still think was a good thing so far. Don't forget this Friday, which will be September 19th, is PvP Arenas. And I need you to test it out. Look, even if you are not a PvP Arenas fan, please do me the solid of trying Arenas, getting engaged to see if the Unity 6 has made the lag better, the stability better, less bugs, less crashes, etc. just to try it out. But that happened then. So then you have the aggregation. Hostiles fix an issue with the extractor and the core's courier hostile ability related names and descriptions were missing. These are a lot of small things, but call them anyway. Tokens, etc. Let's talk about systems real quick. The following transients has been updated to the intended amount of hazard damage. This was another problem with this most recent update that many of you have seen. Now, this wasn't the Unity 6 update. This was actually the update to the arc itself that provided all the content for the arc. But you know, have those fixed back to the previous amounts, should be able to do all the things without having to worry about needing those exo comps as they had passed out as a comp chest. So I think that's pretty nice. UI, yeah, that's a thing. Fix an issue with the numbers display with a blue background in some areas. Again, it's mostly a bug fix type of page, but there's some good things in here I want you to see. Just trying to get through all those. Wave defense updates. Fix an issue where the central entity appeared as a black circular object. Cool, just a performance issue and a memory issue. Another performance improvement, as they said. Very curious what that is. If you would do a favor, test out some solo waves. I know that's been a problem for a lot of people. I've been doing it, trying to see if the Kashara artifact would break consistently as it has in the past. Have seen some improvement there, so that's fine. A big topic of discussion on this one. And in fact, we can argue that, well, I mean, if the VIPs have ever been told that they can't get quick responses on things, well, here's certainly a change. Several massive changes to the USS Vengeance coming for the high-level players. And keep in mind, this is an area where they have been very frustrated and disapproving of how it's rolled out. It was promised as something, it wasn't delivered. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I agree with these changes for the high-level players. I don't, if I'm being real, because I don't feel like this really addresses the primary problem of the Vengeance. I'll leave that up to you to discuss in the comments section or with me personally, because you're more than welcome to shoot me a message. But what they've done is changed when the below deck spots open up. So you can see now it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 25, 40, 50, and 70 to open up those slots slightly earlier. Again, you tell me whether you think it is good or not. And then you've had research nodes added specifically for fighting the cube. Now here's why I don't really think this is that big of a fix. It doesn't address the main problem with the Vengeance. And the fact is the Vengeance is a round 1 alpha build, etc. Or I'm sorry, a round 2 beta build versus an alpha build. So it's going to struggle against anything that's firing pattern is set for the initial round. So if you roll out G7 with anything that has that firing pattern, it's still going to struggle. All this did was try to make it more relevant versus the cube. So are you really fixing anything? It's just my opinion. But reduces the opponent's Borg cube critical hit chance by 100% at the beginning of each round. A cumulative effect. So trying to rob criticals from the cube. But to be honest, you could still win without criticals, but we'll discuss. And then ISO damage increase, increasing the USS Vengeance isolated damage versus the Borg cube. So a couple of these to try to make it better versus the cube itself. These new research nodes will be integrated into the aggregation research tree. It will not be locked behind the Recon Locust building. In fact, I've got plenty of people who don't even have the Vengeance yet who've already done it. Shout out to Humble on server 710 for sharing the screenshots with me for that. Vengeance owners will receive a free claim gift of research dust for 1 node in the refinery. Pick which one you like. Out of the 2 that it impacts the most, probably going to be this one right here, the Borg suppression to reduce criticals. Then we have alliances. Now this one I want to spend some time on because I actually think this is a fantastic change to the game. Admirals can now add up to 3 labels to their alliance profile, communicating more clearly the alliance's focus and playstyle to potential new members. What does that look like? Well, the good news is I can show you. And I actually really like this. And I'm hoping that this trends into being not just a permanent fix, but this is going to be a long-term, hopeful implementation of more things that are related to making alliances better and more fun to be a part of in STFC. So what exactly does this do? Well, you can actually see it above me. I've actually done it for my alliance. I actually even argue scope with that. I need more than 3. I need like 5. But here's what happens. So we'll click on the alliance title and everything. Right here we go. Right here we go. So description, alliance labels. Now you see I've got comradeship, PvP focused, and supported. But what you can do is you click this, you can see multiple things here that are going to help you tell people what do y'all do a lot of. Like for example, we do a lot of wave defenses. We also do a lot of alliance events. I like arenas, PvP focused, but we're also open for cadets. Like we want new people to join. We mostly are English speakers, but some of us speak a little bit of Je parle français un peu. We speak a little bit Sprechen Sie Deutsch, Fräulein. I mean, I like this. I think it's neat to have all this there. I can only pick 3 though. So I actually, you know what? I'm going to do alliance events. I don't know. Wave defenses. Click it. But it allows you to show people who are looking at your alliance, should I join them? Should I reach out to them? And I think, again, this is a small step to hopefully what becomes greater things. Like I want to also be able to scan the alliance, see this one doesn't have any put in yet. Come on, Father of Mo, get with it. What do you do all day? What a loser. Love you, buddy. Help you decide what alliances really fit for you. Also would love to see a mailing system for alliances to allow leaders to discuss and talk to all of their members at one time. Let's see. Yep. Looks like they're running armadas right now. I'm missing that, but I'm talking to y'all and that's okay. So I really think that is a good improvement. Are these groundbreaking and amazing changes to the game? They're just drastically fixing all the problems? No, there are some bug fixes here. And for you average players, the main thing is the Alliance update. And it's the hope because y'all have been getting very loud about needing more of this. It's not just a few Alliance leaders going, please, please, please. It's y'all who've been speaking up more and more that we need tools for this. And it's my hope that with further pressure, we can turn this into even more. Like, for example, the inventory, I'm still fighting 4 years later after I originally brought up the idea that this inventory system, you should be able to donate raw materials, titanium, etc., and then allow people from your alliance to pull out of it. I'm still fighting for that, and if you think that's a great idea, like the video, comment down below, do all the things. Again, it's only because we argue and fight that we get things in STFC. That's just the nature of it, and they can try to take all the credit, but I know that it happens because of feedback, and VIP is a great example of that. Look at the USS Vengeance. A small number of people very loudly proclaiming their frustrations, gotta fix. We can do the same thing, and we have done the same thing in the past. So there's your patch notes updates. There's your slop. And I love and appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me and my family. Live long and plunder. Stay safe out there. Deuces. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro for the Empire and glory to your house.